what's up everybody? It's Max here. Before we start this video, I'd like to give you a quick update. First off, I'd like to apologize that it's taken so long for me to get this video out. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. The computer that I use to record all of the audio decided that it's not going to run the program properly anymore, and the computer's just out of whack, and I tried really hard to solve the problem and get it working again, and couldn't. So that means that this video that you're about to watch and possibly the next couple are going to have camera audio only. It's a nice camera. It's a GoPro. You've heard it. It's audio in drum videos before. It's not bad at all. But I'm working really hard to fix the problem, get a new computer, do whatever I need to do. So hopefully it'll be fixed soon. That being said, hope you enjoy this video. Max here, coming to you with another Try This Tasty lick. Today's lick is one from a new drummer for this channel named Yuma van Eekelen, who plays for the band Exivious. So this lick is 4/4, it is full of ghost notes, and it's pretty much linear for the most part. So this lick has a bass to it. There's a bass to the lick that's a few bars long, but it's repeated a lot throughout the song. So as he goes through, there's a bunch of things that he'll do to mix it up, add a few more open hi-hat hits, stuff like that. But most namely, he adds this different bass drum figure and that matches a lot of the hi-hat and makes it a lot more full, but also adds another dimension to the coordination required to play this. When it comes to breaking this lick down, because it's long and it has a lot of over-the-bar phrases and it's kind of odd, it'll be weird to break down because the only thing that's consistent is beats 4 and 1 of most bars. So it's a little tricky. Stick with me. It's definitely worth it. And without further ado, let's check this lick out. So, right off the bat, this is what the bass of this groove sounds like. And then, once we add in the bass drum variation that I'll be teaching, this is what the groove will sound like. So, the constant part of this groove is beats 2 and 3, so we're going to look at that first. So these two beats sound like this. And slower. So starting with beat 2 is sticked kind of like the start of an inverted double. So like right, left, left, right. The right hand comes down from the hi-hat from beat 2 to the snare drum on the of 2. So when you're bringing that down, you want to be careful not to slam it if you're trying to bring it down quickly, because that note is supposed to be ghosted. So it should be the same volume as the two lefts that precede it. So, slowly with sticking, left, left, right, and up. So then beat 3 is alternating, but it's leading with the left. So it's just left, right, and the left is doing an accent first on the snare and then a ghost. So left, right, 3, and up. And that accent you can either rim shot or play as a normal accent right on the head. I'm kind of rim shot crazy, so that's what I like to do, but whatever you're used to playing or most comfortable with. So putting those together, it goes like this. So, once you get that down, then you can move on to looking at the between the bar phrases. So, the first over the bar phrase that we're going to be looking at is beat 4 of bar 1 and beat 1 of bar 2. So, it sounds like this. which is just left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left. So double, right, double. And another way you could look at it is beat 4 is an inverted left paradiddle, which is left, left, right, left. And beat 1 is a regular left paradiddle. Left, left. So no matter where you break it, no matter how you break it down, the left hand is always going to be playing ghost notes on the snare, and the hi-hat's always going to be playing, the right hand's always going to be playing the hi-hat. The only variation is that there'll be a bass drum hit along with the second hi-hat hit. So beat 4 is just left, 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 4, E. And then beat 1 is just left, right, left, 1. So stringing that together, you get 4, E, and 1. Left, left, left. And then you can try stringing that with the middle bar phrase. So then you get and get comfortable putting that together. So then you can look at the second over the bar phrase, which is not that dissimilar to the first. So it still has that same rhythm for beat 4, which is now beat 4 of bar 2, except the hi-hat note is now open and accompanied by a bass drum hit. So beat 4 of bar 2 is left, left, 4, and beat 1 loses its hi-hat note and bass drum hit. So it just becomes 1, which is all left hand ghosted on the snare. So the thing to take note of in this is that the open hi-hat hit will last all the way until beat 2 of the following bar, where it's notated a foot hat to tell you to close it. So that over the bar phrase together is left, left, close. 4, 2. So that actually becomes more comfortable to play once you speed it up, because those doubles become a lot more fluid. But now what you're going to do once you get used to that is you're going to do the same thing that you did with the first over the bar phrase and try stringing it with the bass beats 2 and 3 middle phrase that we already learned. So together that would be So taking it from there, now you know all the parts of this groove, and it's just putting it all together. So that you can see, so now you can see on beat 1 in the very beginning, because it would start kind of oddly otherwise, Yuma van Eekelen just plays a crash cymbal with a bass drum note that lasts all of beat 1, so that it can start evenly with that phrase we learned at the beginning on beat 2. So slowly, stringing all of this together, the first 4 bars go like this. So once you get that together, practice it with a metronome a bunch, and get it up to speed, it'll sound more like this. So now that you know that, and now that you know the bass groove of this lick, we'll go on to looking at the bass drum variation. So now what happens with this bass drum variation is every single, or almost every single hi-hat note that he plays, or that you're going to play, is now going to be accompanied by a bass drum hit. And the one exception to this is a change on the of beat 2. So normally, the of beat 2, the right hand would come down from the hi-hat to play a ghost note on the snare, but now it's going to stay up on the hi-hat and play a hi-hat note on the of beat 2. And this is the only note that is not going to be accompanied by a bass drum hit. So slowly, this is what it sounds like with the variation. As you heard, you can add in basically whatever open hi-hats or sloshy hi-hats you want in that for texture. So once you get comfortable with this and bring it up to speed, and it's hard to bring it back up to speed and not get sloppy with this because you have to be so precise when you're lining those up, but it does add a really cool new texture to the groove and feel to it. So now to close off this video, I'm just going to play through it again. And so that's all there is to this one. So, I hope you enjoyed learning this lick and can make great use of it in your own playing. If you have any questions about this lick or licks that you'd like to see me break down in a future video, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more great content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.